Hello my crafty friends, this is Monica from Allsewpetite. Welcome back to my channel. In this short video I will show you how to hack a drawstring backpack pattern. So you don't have the drawstring closure anymore, but instead you make a top zipper closure, just like this one. To complete this project you will have to download a free drawstring backpack pattern from my website. This pattern is suitable for any beginners, and I have a separate tutorial on my channel that walk you through exactly step by step how to make this backpack. I will leave the link to the pattern and all supplies I use in this tutorial in the description box below. To make this backpack with a top zipper closure, we must eliminate the casing where the drawstring is inserted. This means that we no longer use a drawstring, cord or a rope for the shoulder straps. However, if you want, you could definitely use them, but you will need to rethink how to attach it to the top of the backpack. You could try a small loop or maybe a D-ring. I didn't like this idea, so decided to make the adjustable shoulder straps instead and added a handle so it looks more like a regular backpack. This Harry Potter fabric was gifted to me by Minerva and I really wanted to try it for this project. But the fabric was too drapey, so I decided to add some fusible fleece and quilt it. This gave the fabric enough stability, but the fabric is still nice and soft. The rest is the same as recommended in the sewing instructions for the drawstring backpack. So I used a faux leather on the bottom and a waterproof fabric for the lining. If you want to learn how to add a zipper to the top of your drawstring backpack, then keep on watching. Before I show you how to add the zipper at the top of your backpack, you have to assemble the front and back panels. So follow the steps in the sewing instructions to assemble the entire zipper pocket on the front. These are steps 6 to 21. Then you're going to skip a couple of steps and go to steps 25 and 26 to attach the base panel to both the front and back panels. As you can see, the back panel looks a little bit different because obviously we won't be able to use the drawstring to close the backpack and to use it as shoulder straps. So for this project to work with the zipper closure at the top, you need to amend and add different types of straps. If you want to find out more information about all those little separate details that I've done, I'm going to leave a link that will take you to the blog post where I explain everything in more details and I give you the measurements that I used for this sample here. Once you have the front and back panels completed, now it's the time to do our top zipper closure. So to do that, you're going to have to take number 5 zipper. If you are using continuous zipper like me, the total length of your zipper will be 36 centimeters. If you are using a zipper with a metal teeth or maybe a ready-made zipper, then make sure your zipper coil or zipper teeth length is 34 centimeters. So you have 1 centimeter seam allowance here. Then you will need to cut a separate piece for the zipper tabs. So for this project, I cut mine 10 centimeters by 5. And I pressed it already, the longer edges, I pressed it towards the center. So the raw edges meet in the center. Place the zipper like this. Then wrap it and fold the zipper tab in half. And we can just clip that in place. Then you're going to take the other end of a zipper and bring it towards the first one. And wrap the zipper tab around it. Here we go, just like that. We're going to sew the seam using about 2 mm seam allowance. Then we're going to trim any excess of our zipper tab. So the final zipper tab will be the same width as our zipper tape. Alright, I have my zipper ready and I found midpoints by folding it in half and marking it with my chalk. So now you're going to take external front panel and we're going to line up the zipper along the top edge. So make sure you mark the midpoint along the top edge as well. Then decide which way you want the zipper to open once your backpack is assembled. So normally I like my zippers to open from left to right. So this is the way I want it to open. So then you're going to flip the zipper so it faces down, match those midpoints and just clip that in place. There should be a 2 cm gap along each side, so we have a space to sew the side seams. Now you're going to take this to the machine and we're going to baste the zipper about 2 mm from the edge. After you basted your zipper, you're going to take your front lining and with right sides facing towards the external piece, you're going to place it on top, line it up again along the top edge, and we're going to clip it in place. Here we go, just like that. We're going to sew the seam using 7 mm seam allowance. Once you've got that seam, you're going to open the panels and we're going to press the seam allowance towards the external panel. So you're going to flip the seam allowance down, just like that. So your zipper is on the top and your seam allowance is at the bottom. And then we can just press that with our iron. Now you're going to take this to the machine and we're going to top stitch along that finished seam. Okay, I've got that top stitch. Now I'm going to flip that over, bring the lining on top so the wrong sides are facing each other, and then you can just press that seam flat. Now you're going to take your external back piece with all the strap, handle and everything already attached to it. Place it right side down so the right sides are facing each other. Then we're going to line up the top edge along the other side of the zipper. So again, you're going to match the midpoints and clip that to the zipper. Now you're going to take this to the machine and again we're going to baste it about 2 mm from the edge. Alright, I have my zipper basted to the back. Now you're going to take the back lining piece and with right side facing towards the lining, you're going to place it on top. Then line up the top edge along the other side of the zipper. Again, make sure you match the midpoints, line up all the sides and clip it all together. Here we go. We're going to sew the seam using 7 mm seam allowance. Now you're going to repeat the steps you did for the front. So open the panels, press the seam allowance towards the back panel, and then once it's pressed, you need to top stitch along the zipper. I'm going to do that off camera. I have everything ready. Now I'm going to open the zipper about halfway through. Then you're going to bring the external pieces right sides together, flip it, and bring lining pieces also right sides together. we're going to line up the seams, and then we're going to line up the panels around all sides and clip everything together. We're going to take this to the machine now, and we're going to stitch all the seams around all sides, apart from those corners here. So you're going to sew one long seam here using 1 centimeter seam allowance, another seam here using 1 centimeter seam allowance. Then on the external pieces, you're going to stitch the bottom seam using 1 centimeter seam allowance. However, on the lining part, so this is the bottom seam on the lining, we need to leave a gap so we can turn the backpack right side out. So normally I just like to mark my fabric so I don't forget it. So on this edge we'll only stitch 2 short seams, one here and one here. Again, you're going to use 1 centimeter seam allowance. Once you've got all the seams stitched, what I like to do is to open the seam allowance and press it flat so it stays nice and open. After you've boxed all your corners, we're going to reach inside through the opening in our lining, open the zipper completely, and then we can turn the entire backpack right side out. To make the seam look nice and flat around the top, you're going to reach inside. Make sure you open that seam allowance, so spread it open. Then place the lining on top of the external seam, so it's nice and flat, and then just push that with your fingers or your thumb. Here you go, just like that. This way you have nice and square top of your backpack where your tab is, so it looks nice and neat. Then you're going to do that on the other side. The last step is to just tidy your lining, and then we're going to sew the seam about 2 or 3 millimeters from the edge. Okay, once you've got the bottom edge stitched, you can insert the lining inside your backpack. Make the corners nice and neat inside your lining. You can close the zipper. And your drawstring backpack with the top zipper hack is now completed. I really love how this backpack turned out. The top zipper closure gives this backpack a different shape and completely different look, don't you think? If you would like to see more videos like this one, when I hack my own pattern to give it maybe a different style or shape, leave a comment in the comment sections and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Stay crafty, friends.